Today, we're going to be using the most hated gun in every single Call of Duty. We're going to get a few kills with that weapon, and then at the end, we're going to decide, did it deserve the hate or did it not deserve the hate? Let's dive in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start with COD 4. We just got booted into a game, and yes, you're looking at the right proper gun. We're starting this list off with the M16, and you're probably like, wait, T, the M16, was that the most hated? And honestly, I'm gonna say yeah, because of one thing and one thing only. How quickly this gun actually killed people was absolutely insane. I'm getting shot by multiple people, but if you played COD 4 back in the day, you would know how powerful this gun actually was. It was like a one burst back in the day, and I've actually, if you go back and play COD 4 Remastered too, it gets even stronger, which is kind of insane when you think about it. It's like, how does a gun that is a one burst get stronger? Well, the rumor is it's because of how good the connection was. Watch this. Oh yeah. And guess what gun he's using, guys? It's the M16. Like I told you, this thing was so good. And I'm telling you, the thing I keep hearing with the M16 is that everybody in COD 4 Remastered, it's even better. I know I keep telling this story, but it's literally, it was so good back in the day when we got like updated connections. As you can tell, the connection, that or my aim is terrible, one of the two. But as we got updated connections, like, it's literally a one burst in COD 4 Remastered. I tell you what, a lot of you guys comment on my videos, by the way, and say how bad I am at Call of Duty. I want you to go back and play every Call of Duty and show it is complete. Every COD is different. Like the way you aim, the way you move, the way you shoot. It's a little bit harder than you think it is to go back and do this. So see how there's a little slight, and then when there's not, it's a one burst. This is disgusting. They got another chopper? Okay, let's try to get one more one burst. Guys. Okay, so the M16, did it deserve the hate? Honestly, not really. I don't think so. I think realistically, I think a lot more people were using other guns. Like, I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. In this game, there was literally nothing but M16s. M16s were all over the place. But I don't really get like a hateful vibe from the gun. I just find it sometimes a little bit more annoying because sometimes it's a one burst, sometimes it's a two burst. I don't know. But M16, I don't think it deserved the hate. I don't think it deserved the hate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's World at War. And would it be World at War the most hated class without this guy right here on your screen? Juggernaut. The most hated gun, not class. But it is kind of the most hated class too. And we're getting to play Hanger with it as well. So if you guys didn't know, the MP40 back in the day was literally like the gun that everybody and their grandmother used. And I'm not even trolling you. I felt like if you didn't use this gun, you were at a disadvantage and you were in deep trouble. The funny thing about this gun too is people would pair it with a perk called Juggernaut, and Juggernaut pretty much gave you extra health. So it's like you had extra health, you had a gun. That guy stands no chance right there. He had a PPSH. You don't stand a chance, buddy. So you had extra health. You had the MP40 with round drum or whatever they call it, bandolier, and you just had unlimited just domination pretty much. And I think by the time World at War ended, everybody was probably tired of this thing. It definitely became a hated weapon, but at the same time, this sounds crazy, it's kind of a loved weapon. You know, I don't know if that actually makes any sense at all, because I don't know how you can be hated and loved at the same time. I guess when you're that great, you know, you're hated and loved. This guy has no idea where I'm at. Oh, these poor World at War noobs. These poor World at War noobs. He just died to his own Betty. He just died to his own Betty because I ducked under it. Because I got Juggernaut on. And now I push with an MP40. And they can't stop me. Impressive. Sit down. Sit down. He just stuck me. No, he didn't. Oh my goodness. I mean, you can see it though, right? I'm getting spawn killed. Sit down. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My aim is so bad. All right, so did the MP40 deserve the hate? I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I think it did. This thing was easily one of the Call of Duties that I can think of one of the most overpowered guns of all time. It's literally, I go to this game and this gun because of just nothing could beat it. So it's like, what do? You know? So did it deserve the hate? Yes, and it deserved it even more when you paired it with Juggernaut, like I just did. I deserve the hate. Okay, so we're on MW2, and there's a couple guns I feel like I could have chosen. I'm going with this one. The Scar H with a noob tube. Because that's, I mean, look at this. It's still overpowered all these years later. And I'm not gonna lie to you. We probably could have done, you know, the Akimbos. We could have done so much. This game, I feel like everything was overpowered and everything was, there was a lot of things in this game that I hated. I feel disgusted with myself. I feel disgusted with myself. I liked this game. I just was a big Treyarch guy. I was a big fan of the way they set up their games, their maps. So when I got on this game and ran into people noob tubing, ran into people doing all sorts of wacky I don't even know. I honestly have no idea what's going on. I mean, there's people 360 trick shotting in my lobby. We would run into that. You would run into double spam shotguns. You'd run into people trying to, you know, camp for a nuke. I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of things that I did not care for in this game. And so when I look over the most hated thing, I just think of this gun with a noob tube attached to it because of how easy it is and how skilled I'm not even barely trying, and I have 6 kills. I just joined. So I think it just was one of those things where I just got so annoyed with it. And again, this was one of those things that I hated, and I actually hated. It was not like, oh, this thing's super overpowered, everybody hates it. It was overpowered, it was annoying, it was spammy, it was the worst. But when you used it, oh no. You see what I'm saying? Okay, guys, I don't know if I made the right pick for that one. I feel like I did. If I didn't, let me know down in the comments. But did the noob tube ACR or the Scar, did it deserve the hate? This is a pretty easy one. Yeah, annoying, overpowered, never got fixed, still overpowered today. Yes, it is hated. It is very much hated. Okay, folks, so we are in Black Ops 1, and you're looking right now at this guy right here, and this is the AK-74U. Can we quiet down here? I'm trying to record a video. So, what you're seeing here with the AK-74U is, number one, as you can see, this thing, there's a two-parter to this thing. Number one, this thing was extremely OP. And it's very surprising to me in this game where the guns AR-wise were very balanced. This game had zero balancing with the SMGs. I mean, absolutely none. You would not be using any other SMG besides the AK-74U unless you were losing it. Maybe the MP5, but that's probably because you just got the game and you had a default class. Other than that, if you were using anything else besides the AK-74U, you had to question that person. So the reason I say it's probably the most hated is, number one, SMGs, again, we're not balanced correctly at all. And number two, there was actually a perk that you could put on this gun that I have on this thing right now. It's called rapid fire. And this thing already had an insane time to kill. And then you put rapid fire on and it becomes disgusting. So I don't know what Treyarch was doing in this side of the game. I feel like they were maybe trying to make this an AR game and the AK-74U slipped through the cracks. You see what I'm saying, guys? How do you stop this thing? You really can't. Oh, yeah. Oh. So did it deserve the hate is the question. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it did. Was it overpowered? Absolutely. But I don't think it got the level of hate that we've seen in other guns before. But I do remember it being a little much with no competition. So it's close, but I don't think it deserves the hate. Okay, so we're on MW3 here, and I actually had to look around the internet for a little bit to kind of try to find what the most annoying gun was, because I feel like this game is always praised for how balanced it was, because MW2 was an absolute disaster, and then this game kind of cleaned everything up. But I saw a lot of the MP7 on the list that I was researching. Again, let me know if you disagree. I will say this from a person that didn't play a ton of Modern Warfare 3. There was one SMG that I was using, and it was this one. So I feel like if I knew to use it, oh my gosh. Yeah, this thing's OP. Yeah, this thing's OP. I want to try to push this. Push it to the limit, baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Who am I trying to prove there? But I actually, man, this would be another good map to come back. Did this map ever come back in another COD? How did it not? Oh, that's also another thing that I thought was insanely overpowered in this game were stuns. You guys remember throwing like a bunch of stuns in this game? Oh my gosh, this is fun to use. Yep, this is exactly how I remembered it. I think it's a mix of things. TTK, the way people play Modern Warfare games. Am I Himothy from this far? No, there's -% chance I hit that shot. -% chance I hit that shot. Is there noob tubes in this game too? Where does this guy think he's going? And oh, this would be big. This would be big for my confidence. This would be big for my confidence. Can somebody tell me what I'm playing right? Okay. I'm good with MW3. Thank you. Okay, so did the MP7 deserve the hate? I'm just going to be quick with this one. I don't think it deserved the hate. Again, MW3 was known for how well they cleaned the game up, how they made everything even, very, very balanced Call of Duty. And I could tell when I played this game, like you kind of can think of so many guns that you could use back then because they were all kind of even. So I'm going, no, it didn't deserve it. It's VO2 time. We're on hijacked. And yes, we're using the lsat, and I don't care who knows. And the reason is not really necessarily the gun. Now, the gun was definitely overpowered and annoying and, you know, but it's the target finder that makes it another step of annoying, because this is what people would do with it when they played the game. They would sit just like I'm sitting right now, and they wouldn't move. The map that I really am thinking of as well is Nuketown. Nuketown, you could literally sit here, hold lines of sight, not move. I didn't use it at all back in the day. I really didn't. I just remember Nuketown. I remember people just holding down sight. It was the most annoying thing. And it has look at this. And it's got 100 rounds. Oh my gosh, this is disgusting. You probably could give it to the DSR probably early on because of how annoying it was to get sniped by the DSR. But once that got patched and this became like the thing, I mean, there were so many, I'm telling you guys, if you played BO2 back in the day, you would run into people doing this. And there's really, honestly, there's not much you can do except for get shot in the back. But besides that, there's not much you can do. So it's just funny to see how people played some of these older games. There's always going to be some sort of meta where you camp, you don't do anything, you're annoying. And BO2 definitely had that. Even though you look fondly back at this game, there's imagine that. Imagine getting off work and getting off school, and there's a guy doing this. Okay, did the lsat with a target finder deserve the hate it got? Yes. Yes, it did. If you were one of these people acting like I just acted in this last minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, stop. Stop. Go get some help. Change your play style. Don't ruin the game. Yes, it deserved the hate. When I boot up COD Ghosts, I always kind of get a little excited because I always think to myself, man, maybe this game wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And then you get booted into a Stormfront and you go, dang it, maybe it was as bad as I thought it was, because these maps are absolutely terrible. But the good news is this map is perfect for the most hated gun. And what you're seeing right here is the M27. This was a light machine gun. And what you're seeing on top of that attachment wise is something called a hybrid scope, a hybrid something, a hybrid thermal, something like that. And the thing with this game is, as you can see, I don't even know what I'm looking at out here. You know, this was a game that encouraged camping, I will say. And so when you had the ability to have a gun with multiple attachments, have a bunch of ammo, and also have a thermal, it was like a cheat code in this game. The maps did encourage camping. Listen, if you're a COD Ghost guy, at least admit to me, there's a bunch of maps that you could camp. So when it came to gun selection, I feel like this one got chosen a lot because of the ability to kind of do this. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the target finder from BO2. There was like 2 games in a row where that was the meta. Was it OP? Did it do a lot of nasty things to this game? Yes, it did, guys. Yes, it did. And I remember using the Honey Badger a lot, the Remington a lot, and man, you would just run into people. Oh my gosh, he's still in the spawn. Oh my gosh. I lost it with this game, man. I went back to BO2 so early. Look at this guy. What are we doing, buddy? He was right here in the corner, right? Did I just see him jump? Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but he's more than likely camping. You know what I mean? And I was about to get another. I mean, listen, you get the picture here, correct? Okay, so does it deserve the hate? Boy, does it ever deserve the hate. This gun fed into exactly what IW wanted Ghost to be. And it makes me sick. It made me sick using that gun. I'm literally now going to get sick. So yes, it deserved the hate. It was disgusting. And if you used it, that's disgusting behavior out of you as well. Okay, next up we have Advanced Warfare. And I really don't think this is very difficult to even find. It's the Bow 27 Obsidian Steep. And I think there's a couple different reasons why this thing is the most hated. This could be one of the most hated guns in COD history. Don't mind the voice crack, guys. That was, listen, I'm still young. I told you guys. We are playing some bots because I don't have the Bow 27 Obsidian Steed, unfortunately. So I'm playing it on PC where I do have it. Ha 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 ha. But anyway, so this thing was, man, it was overpowered as all get out. And there was something called supply drops, guys. This game had something called supply drops. And unfortunately, you could only get this version of the Bow 27 in the supply drops. Now, the Bow 27 was pretty overpowered as it is. And this variant, or whatever you want to call it, made it even more overpowered. And it just was really sad that they started putting guns in supply drops, because in the beginning they weren't supposed to actually do that. They said it's going to be cosmetic only, and then Sledgehammer drops us with a bunch of guns, and the rest is history. Now, some of you probably may say ASM1 from Advanced Warfare, but let's be real, folks. If you didn't play this game back in the day, it was actually for a little bit called Bow of Duty. Literally, it was Bow of Duty. So most people, I think, were a little bit annoyed with the Bow 27. If you were to, kind of ask most people that played this game, stuck around this game. Oof. Anybody using a Bow 27? No? Do I gotta jump off the map? But yeah, unfortunately, I never ever got this gun. I wish I would have, because it's freaking unbelievable. But look at my character. I'm a clown with a I don't even know what I am. It's disgusting, but Sledgehammer doesn't, they'll go crazy with customization. They always have. They started doing an MW3 as well. So yes, did it deserve the hate? Yeah, it did, guys. You can't put guns behind supply drops and make them the best gun in the game. You can't. So it deserved the hate. I never got it. I did a stream. I spent $500 to try to unbox it and get it. I still haven't gotten it. If you made it this far in the video, let me know if I should continue that and try to unlock it on Xbox so I can actually use it for one time and not have to play bots. We're in Black Ops 3, and if you know this game, you're probably saying to yourself, not only is this the most hated gun in BO3, this might be the most hated gun in Call of Duty history. It's the brecci. So I believe it did get nerfed one time in its existence as a... Oh my gosh. I believe this is not even as powerful as it used to be when it first came out. I put extended mags on it. I put rapid fire on it. This could be one of the rattiest things I've ever done. This whole entire video, I've just turned myself into a rat. This gun, I don't know what they were thinking when they made it, but they weren't thinking. That's the only answer that I can give you. This thing is a shotgun, and it's like a sniper rifle, but it's also like an SMG. And then at the same time, it's still like a shotgun. Did that make sense? Probably not, but that's okay, because again, this thing didn't make a lot of sense to anybody that played this game. I mean, it's the noise. Do you remember that in your BO3 lobbies? Oh my gosh. I feel disgusted with myself. I really do. How did I end up down here? How did I end up down there? Boy, do I miss this game. I don't know what it is about BO3. It was a game where you had some outplay potential, and I know we're not really talking about the games like that, but man, it's just like the maps were so good and colorful and vibrant and 3-lane, and the guns were so fun to use, and the movement was something you could do, like a mix and match of both. You didn't have to play on your jetpacks if you didn't want to. Oh, come on. Let me get one more for you guys. But I think you see what we all saw back in the day. And I want you to, if you made it this far into the video, is this the most hated gun in Call of Duty history? I actually put up a tweet. I just did it, so it doesn't have a bunch of comments yet. But we'll share it on the screen with you. I asked, is this the most hated gun in COD history? Because I actually want to see what people reply with. Let me just really unleash. I'm so sorry. Okay, did it deserve the hate it got? Yes. I will defend it to this though. I'm gonna defend this gun actually. It deserved the hate, yes. But the fact that Treyarch never really did anything about it, how can we blame the gun, folks? The gun's just doing what it's supposed to be doing. Treyarch didn't do anything. They didn't fix it. So yes, it deserves the hate, but you know what, Brecci, I'm gonna cut you some slack. You don't deserve the hate. You deserve the hate, but you don't deserve the hate. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, next game. Okay, before we get into this IW match, I just have to say, I don't know if this actually works anymore. This is the Proteus, and this guy was a DLC weapon. That's a sniper. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. So this we'll be quick on this one. Oh my gosh. So it's not going to prove the point of the most hated gun, but this was a DLC weapon that got added into the game, and it was pretty much a lock-on target. It was a shotgun, sniper. Oh my. Pretty much you didn't have to really aim in at all. You just had to kind of had to do that there, and it would have killed the guy back in the day. So the problem is this thing's been patched, but they added into it the IW, of course. DLC weapon, terrible. And you didn't have to aim, also terrible. And it was on IW. So there was not much footage of it working. Maybe we can plug some footage in. We might actually plug some footage in anyway that you're seeing, because when it first got added in the game, it was just unbelievable, and it deserved every single piece of hate that it got, and the hate that it got made it get patched. So that's the good news. That's the good news. And also the better news is we get to get off IW. Great. I'm telling you, I need to do a series on World War II. I love coming back to this game. I don't know why. Every time, it's so easy to find a match. It's so quick. It's the games are fun to play. I don't know what it is, because I didn't have this much fun back in the day. But we are back on this game, and I think if you know this game, we're going combat shotgun, ladies and gentlemen. This game just started. Dude, look what I'm saying, fresh lobby. The game just started, and you're going combat shotgun. Okay, that's not that bad. It's what's on the gun that is what made it bad. And that, my friends, is incendiary shells. Pretty much the guy would get caught on fire. I just feel so gross kind of doing these videos right now because of what I'm doing to these people. But at the same time, the fact that this... I missed. Oh my gosh. Imagine if like the flames actually hurt the person. But yeah, this was a attachment for the shotguns. If you played World War II back in its prime, oh my gosh, these were everywhere. And I'm not just saying everywhere. I'm saying everywhere. I mean, the guy can't do anything about it. I mean, they can't do anything about it. I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. These poor guys just got off work. They're hanging out, probably feet propped up, eating some pizza. Maybe, NFL's on the opposite side. And here I am booting into a World War II match in 2024 and using incendiary shotgun shells. And honestly, I've never felt so sick to my stomach. I've never felt so sick to my stomach. So did the shotgun with incendiary shots deserve the hate that it got? By the screams? Yes. Yes, it did. Okay, so Black Ops 4 is a tough one for me because I actually don't have any footage of this because I don't have it unlocked in any Call of Duty. My buddy that I use his account doesn't have it unlocked either. I don't know how or why, but this, what you're seeing on the screen, is a shotgun from Black Ops 4. And ladies and gentlemen, this shotgun from Black Ops 4 was absolutely disgusting because of one thing, and that is the flashlight attachment that you would get, I believe, when you made the gun a level 10. And we'll show you a POV of what the enemy saw when you had this thing. Pretty much, it's a blinding light that there was nothing that you could do about it at all. And actually, in the early aspects of this gun, you actually lost aim assist. So if they came across your screen, flashed you with the flashlight as they shot you with a shotgun, you would lose aim assist. So they're shooting you with a shotgun up close. You can't see. You have no aim assist. I mean, it's the most broken, hated thing I think I've ever seen in a Call of Duty. They did patch the aim assist, so you did get aim assist through the flashlight, but the entire year, the entire lifespan of BO4, and still today, you can go back and use this flashlight shotgun and still absolutely dominate and still absolutely wreak havoc in the lobbies. It's kind of insane when you look at it. And I think the only real negative was if you had this flashlight attachment attached, you couldn't aim down sight, but a person couldn't see. So what does it matter? So you had to get more up close to the person. But anyway, there was that for BO4, I felt like that was the one thing that I remembered in my head. I was like, this thing was just disgusting. And yeah, it never got patched. So did it deserve the hate? Ladies and gentlemen, of course it did. It's a shotgun with a flashlight that prevented you from having aim assist. There's not much discussion here, okay? Here we are on Modern Warfare 19, and this one, I mean, listen, there's a bunch you can think of here. We got the AS Val, we got the snake shots, we got the doof doof, but I thought the 725 was definitely the most hated, at least in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie, there was not a lot of guns out there that I mean, I never enjoy getting shot by a gun in this game. This shotgun, it just caused, oh my gosh. So if that doesn't tell you what this game was about, and how many times I would die to a 7.25, it was exhausting. And especially like you're like me and you're trying to kind of run and gun a little bit, trying to get after it. And the problem with this game was you could hear footsteps from so far away because of the dead silence thing. So a lot of these shotgun people would just prop up like this and they'd be able to take you out in one bullet. I feel like the trend of shotguns in this little era, we got World War II, we got BO4, we got MW19. Hey buddy, what you doing there? You know? Actually doesn't. A lot of these guns are making me feel like a very bad individual. Oh gosh, he's probably up there with he's using a 7.25. You can see it in the kill cam. He has claymores set up and he has a 7.25. This is literally a perfect lobby to showcase. This is a perfect lobby to showcase how bad and annoying and hated this gun was. All right, we got to get one more kill. One more, but it's got to be campy. It's got to be campy. It's got to be trolly. It's got to be like this. Crouching around. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to give up. I want to give up, but I'm not going to give up. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Did this gun deserve the hate? Yes. And the people that used it and camped with claymores, they also deserve the hate. I don't care. I don't care. The Cold War is an interesting one for me. A gun that came to the top of my mind for this one is this guy right here. So this is the Tech 9, and this gun, of course, it's a DLC weapon. And what had happened with this gun was it was actually single shot, but they added I guess they added a blueprint that you could buy, and it made it to where it was an automatic gun, full repeater, the whole thing, and you didn't have to do anything. You just got it. And as you can see right there, this gun is very overpowered. Ouch. And the funny thing was, I don't know why they always put the most overpowered stuff in bundles. I mean, I know why they do it. I'm not an idiot, but this is one of those ones where I'm like, oh my gosh. I actually had to buy the bundle while I was playing Cold War because I'm like, if I don't have this bundle, I'm chalked. Like, we ain't winning this thing, man. But man, it feels good when you have it. It really does. Cold War is one of those games where I feel like, realistically, did it have a crazy amount of overpowered things? Like, I can think of like the MAC-10 and like Warzone and stuff, but maybe I just didn't play Cold War enough multiplayer wise to kind of like, I mean, I don't know. This thing seems pretty overpowered to me and annoying. I was a little hesitant to do this one, but to me, it felt like the right choice. Okay, let's get one more here. This, I feel like, is probably my weakest selection. But I don't know, man. It's, dude. You got this from a blueprint. Okay, I'm going to say this doesn't deserve the hate that it got. Yes, it's overpowered. Yes, it was overpowered when it got added into the DLC weapon, you know, selection. Yes, they gave you a blueprint that gave you full repeater, full auto repeater, which should never be a thing. But I don't think it's not like insanely, you know, I got killed by the shotgun, I got killed by the Krieg, so I don't know. I'm gonna say it doesn't deserve the hate. I am so excited for this, guys, because I'm playing Vanguard. I enjoy playing Vanguard every once in a while, and I like to play the 1v1 mode on shipment. And here's what we're doing. We're using another shotgun, guys. It's disgusting what's going on in these last couple CODs, but this is the double barrel shotgun with incendiary rounds. It's something about sledgehammer in a World War II setting with fire flame shotguns. But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna play this guy one-on-one, and we're gonna see how long he lasts. That's how long this segment is gonna go on for Vanguard. How how long will this 1v1 go for? Oh boy, look at this poor guy. Watch this. This guy actually is not that bad. I don't know why he's only using a pistol, because I'm using these and it's not really. He's gonna make it 5 seconds in this video. He's not gonna be here very long. These things, I don't know. I just don't know what it is with this game and shotguns. We're on like 5 in a row. That could be, excuse me, a grenade. I didn't shoot a grenade. That was a shotgun. Yeah, this is. There's always just like one weapon that they just can't seem to get right. You know, they always do a little bit too much. And it's sledgehammer with fire shotgun rounds. And I actually am tipping the cap here to this guy. He's staying in the game. And you know, I gotta respect that. He stuck around for an entire game of Vanguard one-on-one shipment against the shotgun. That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. So did it deserve the hate? As you can tell by this guy, he did not like me very much. And that's because I was using this shotgun. And that's why it's hated, okay? It deserved every bit of it. Incendiary shotguns do not deserve to be a thing. Stop making them, please. All the studios, stop. Well, we're back on my favorite Call of Duty of all time, MW2. I'm being sarcastic if this is your first video that you're watching of mine, and we're gonna go with the Vasnev. I mean, here's the thing with this one. Although I enjoyed it occasionally, I do feel like personally, this is probably one of my most hated guns, because I feel like in this game, call me crazy, I feel like nobody used any other SMG but this one. Like, it was a very Vasnev heavy game. And for me, I just kind of get annoyed when I feel like I can't use any other gun to like not like when you can't compete because you have to use a single individual gun. I mean, look at that. What is that guy supposed to do about it? That guy just threw a grenade instead of using his gun. What the heck are these MW2 lots? These guys are terrible. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, sure, it was like, I mean, honestly, it was everywhere too throughout the year. Like, it was the pro gun that everybody used. Like, all the pros used the Vasnev. If you wanted to be like the best in the lobby, you used the Vasnev. And it never really got to a point where you were like, man, let me go use the MP7. Let me go use the mini Bach. It's like, no, just use the Vasnev. Most of the time, if something is so OP that everybody uses it all the time, it also becomes very annoying and hated on at the same time. And the Vasnev is definitely there for me. Okay, let's get one more. Okay, I was getting a little worried that there was nobody left playing the game. Okay, so did it deserve the hate? Again, with these, I don't know if they always deserve the hate because of the gun itself, but it's like, they never really did anything to nerf it. So it's like, yeah, it kind of did deserve the hate a little bit. It just gets annoying when you're using the same gun throughout the entire year. So you know what, Vasnev, although I kind of like you, I also hate you. I don't know if that even makes sense. So we may have an unpopular opinion here, but for MW3, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. This is the static HV. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I have never seen a gun get added to a game and just never get nerfed. I mean, it felt like from the Warzone side of things, from the multiplayer side of things, I feel like you couldn't use anything other than this. And this has no attachments on it, by the way, too. I got so annoyed. Like, so I still watch Warzone pretty frequently. Just, you know, I don't like playing it as much, but I'll watch a couple people do like Rebirth and Area 99, all that good stuff. But back when it was Rebirth and it was MW3 as like the game, dude, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure I watched people use the static for 6 months straight. And I was like, they got to do something about this, right? Aren't they gonna change? They never changed. And with this game, there is a lot of, oh my gosh, it's still so good. Dude, come on, man. Why is this game so good still? As a casual watcher, I got so annoyed of looking at the static HV, I had to stop watching. I had to. I said, this has got to go. And it's got 45 rounds. Oh, it has none. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm camping in a corner. Oh my. I have an SAE in like 2 seconds of playing this game. I am sick. I am sick. I mean, I feel great. But just like all the other guns, I feel kind of sick that that I've done this, you know? Because it is kind of annoying. I have all my streaks. Can you get over that? I'm thinking about just gonna... So is this, does it deserve the hate? Yeah, it does. Dude, like I said, I stopped watching people because it was all that I was seeing in lobbies. I was like, please get this thing out of here, and it wouldn't go away. So I'm sorry, Static. You're a great gun, but I hate you. So since Black Ops 6 has not really been out that long at the time of recording this, it's probably been about a month. I'm actually gonna kind of put my pick out kind of due to the beta and due to like the first week or two of the game. This is the Jackle PDW, and if you played the Black Ops 6 beta, you would know how insane this gun was. I mean, literally, you did not use any other gun but this. Now, the good news is now we have some other guns to use. But as you can see, it's still very good. But yeah, BO6 was one of those games that the beta did not have a big selection of guns because of the fact that you were just going to use this the entire time. And then, like I said, it's still really unbelievable. I've been kind of impressed, though, with BO6. You have to let me know if you guys are playing BO6. What gun do you think is hated? I really don't think that there's a ton. These guys are flying around the map. Oh, dude, this thing was so satisfying to use in the beta. And I hated dying to it every single time. But guess what? That's sometimes the thing about hated guns. You just gotta soak it in. So the PDW, did it deserve the hate that it got? I think yes, it did. Rightfully so. That thing was disgustingly overpowered in the beta, and it's still pretty overpowered. And you see it a lot. You don't see it as much, but we're kind of going off the beta stats and all the early, the early weeks of this game. So maybe in a month or two, this will be a new gun. But for now, yes, the PDW deserved all the hate it got. There you go, folks. That is the most hated gun in every single Call of Duty. Number one, what did you think about my list? I think it was pretty good, actually. And number two, if you enjoyed this type of video, I got another video right here. You should go watch it. It's the same style, same fun that we always have on this channel. Also, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps out the channel. We'll see you in the next one.